What's up, Toy Fam? And welcome to Throwback Thursday here on your Totally Cool channel. And we're back with the G.I. Joe Classified series, and we've done one Cobra and one G.I. Joe figure. The Cobra was Prophet Director Destro, and the last one was this one, Tunnel Rat, Nikki Tunnel Rat Lee. Okay, so for this episode, we're trying to do an alternate between Cobra and G.I. Joe, and then Cobra and G.I. Joe, just so that we could have a proper balance. So for this particular episode, we have something very, very interesting, because this was initially created by Hasbro as a nemesis to legendary figure or fictional figure. We're talking about Cobra's Big Boa. Okay? Cobra's Big Boa was originally supposed to have a rivalry with Rocky Balboa. Okay? Yeah, you heard it right. He was supposed to have a rivalry with Rocky Balboa, the Rocky Balboa created by Sylvester Stallone. Unfortunately, the toy company and Sylvester Stallone never came to an agreement. Okay, so the Rocky figure, or the Italian Stallion, was supposed to join G.I. Joe, was not, it did not push through. Okay, they did not sign any agreement. They did not get the collaboration with Sylvester Stallone. Hence, they got stuck with this figure. So, as you can see, being a nemesis of Rocky Balboa, or the Italian Stallion, you have the boxer, Big Boa. Okay, he's Cobra. He's a Cobra fitness trainer or health coach or something. I don't know. He was supposed to be that, and then he's how should I say this? He's probably one of the few Cobra figures that you would see without a real top. Okay, and very interesting because he does not have real weapons except for his bare hands. So it's a very interesting box that you can see. Right here it says Cobra Big Boa. He does not have well, at least not to my knowledge, he does not have a name except for his code name, which is Big Boa. And he has this very, very Legion of Doom-esque kind of look with his body straps with the spikes, and his helmet with the spikes. So I think this is a boxer inspired by the Legion of Doom, but that's just pure speculation on my part. This is figure number 114. And as you can see, we've shown you the first figure that had the window, the plastic window, and then Hasbro Hasbro went into the windowless box. But this time, you have Big Boa when they reverted to the plastic window, just so that you can see what's inside. So, in the front, you can pretty much see the figure and all of the accessories that come with him. So let's get down to it and see what's inside. But before that, let's look at the right side of the box, and you can see a cartoon rendition of Big Boa. And then, is it the same as the front? Yeah, it's the same as the front. It's only bigger. And then there's the picture in the front. On the left side, you have a QR code that takes you to shop.hasbro.com, I think. I've tried it once and it took me there, pretty much telling you to shop more. And then you have the silhouette of Big Boa in blue. Okay? So, don't forget, it says 114 up top, 114 on the right, 114. So you can't miss him. On the back, which is very interesting, you have an artist render of Big Boa in a action pose, and you have number 114 there. This is where he's got the gloves on. He's got the helmet on. Now, mind you, when Big Boa came out in 1987 and he was released in 1988 to be discontinued in 1989, there was no real face. Just like any other Cobra figure, he only had the masked toy. Okay, this time Pretty neat is the fact that you can remove the head and change it to a masked head. So let's open him up and see what's inside, and let's enjoy the feeling of having him in our hands. So let's open him up top. As per usual, Hasbro has these boxes with a plastic hanging things, so you can hang them from somewhere. So let's open him up. Unlike the Marvel Legends, they open from the top. Marvel Legends open from the side. So let's slide him out. Oh, pretty nice. What's inside? Behind, you have a pretty cool Cobra logo at the back. Pretty nice. You can put him on a turntable like this one. Yeah, put him on a turntable like this one. It's got the Cobra logo, and that's cool. Okay, put that back in the box. 4 later, and set that aside. And let's get right down to the figure. Okay, so similar to the Marvel Legends, the G.I. Joe Classifieds do not have a lot of accessories, unlike their rival, the Super 7s, the Super 7 Ultimates. This is a 6-inch figure, just like the Marvel Legends. And he's got alternate hands, 2 alternate hands, gloved hands, the alternate head, which is a helmeted head, and 2 accessories. These are dumbbells. These are these 60-pound? Oh, these are 90-pound dumbbells. 90 pounds? Yeah. All right. So let's get right down to it. Let's remove the head delicately, or not. There. It's a nice head. Okay. And as you can see, the helmet has a lot of spikes on it. Pretty menacing. Pretty menacing. Now, typical of Cobras is that they have these tubes, like breathing tubes. I don't know where. It does not have an oxygen tank with him. I don't know. Maybe it's something that helps him work out. Let's take out the figure and see what he can do. Okay. I always recommend this to our subscribers, our viewers. Take him out from the feet, because it's easier to do that than pulling him out from the arms. Okay, and then once you get the hips out, everything is a little bit easier. Noisier, but easier. See? Okay, so you've got the figure out. Let's get his feet right back in place. Get him to stand and see if he is stable. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, he's having a hard time standing. I don't know why. Okay, probably because of the legs. Probably because of the legs. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Okay, there we go. He's standing up. He's standing up. Now, right out of the box, what really draws your attention to him is this breastplate, whatever, chest piece that's strapped to, his back and to his chest. It's got that nice ring. It doesn't have a Cobra logo that could indicate that he is a member of Cobra, but it's got the spiky things and makes him look a little bit more menacing. And let's do a articulation review. Rotation, head rotation is perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. Head tilt, respectable head tilt. Okay. Bowing, yep. Looking down, nice. And then you've got the shoulders. I love the fact that they have a little bit of a resistance, because that means you can pose the figures with enough stability. Okay. Now, it has the bicep twist. It also has the elbow, double jointed elbows. These are the pinned kind, and I've never really liked the pinned kinds, because you can see where the joints are joined together. And then you've got the wrist. You've got wrist action. You can bend the wrist. You can twist the hand, okay, like that. Okay, so he can hold his dumbbells. Now, what I like about the GI Joes primarily is because they don't just have the head movement. They also have the neck. See, there's a joint in the neck. So that's 2 points of articulation, just the head alone. And on the shoulder, you have this shoulder joint that allows the figure to spread out, spread their arms out, or push them a little bit forward. Like if they're holding a rifle, you would need both hands closer to each other. So that is a very good point of articulation. Now you have to be careful because you might just break it, but that's a risk you're going to run. Now you have the ab crunch. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just in the upper body alone. 9 points of articulation with the ab crunch. And then you have the waist twist. Waist twist, not so much, but it does have a little. Okay. Legs, go all out. Do a Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay. Forward, front kick. You're good. And the back, also good. And then you have the quad twist. Okay. Quad twist. And the double jointed knees. Now this double jointed knee is pretty nice because it does not show the pins. Okay. 1 joint, 2 joints. There we go. And then I think it has the calf. Is this a calf? No, it's a shin twist. So it can twist that way. So that's another point of articulation. Plus, finally, you have got the ankle. The ankle that moves forward and backward and also twists around. Okay? Pretty cool articulation. Now, what it does to stability is that you can put him in multiple poses without having to worry about him falling over. But it's kind of tricky because you're going to have to find his balance, his center of gravity, whenever you're making him do poses. Okay? This one's rather tricky. There you go. That's a nice fighting pose. Now let's go and see what he can do with his dumbbells. Dumbbells, dumbbells, dumbbells. Okay. So the arms are nice and rounded. The hands are nice and rounded. And you can just pop the dumbbells in. Like he's doing a bicep curl. There we go. I don't know why he's got his legs apart, but he's doing a bicep curl. All right. Okay. Now we're taking out the gloves, and the gloves can be very tricky. When I say that, it's because it's not just one hand. It's 2 parts. Set this aside. 2 parts. You have the actual glove, and then you have the wrist. Okay? So the wrist goes in like so. And let's remove his hand. Now, here's the thing. It's got the Cobra logo on the glove. Okay? On the glove. There we go. Nice black Cobra logo on a background of red. So let's take his hand out. Okay? Pretty easy to do that. And then just pop this in. I suggest you put the wrist on first, and then you push the hand in and the glove in. That works. That works. Okay. Let's see if we can make him stand up. There we go. Nice pose. There we go. Nice pose. Let's drop you down. That is nice. That is nice. Now let's see what he can do with both hands gloved. Okay. Again, wrist first, and then glove in. Glove in. Wow. Okay, there we go. In the red corner, fighting without teeth. or with few of them. Big Boa. Funny that Big Boa sounds like Balboa, so probably that's where it came from. Without trying to get hit with copyright claims. Okay. So, as you can see, if you look at the face, you've got a pretty beat up face. It does. I'm not sure if it looks like Sylvester Stallone, but it might have a resemblance to Rocky, you know, with missing teeth and all. Now, finally, let's get this head off. It's easy to do that. I mean, the peg is pretty nice, pretty big, and just put it on. Now, this is the Big Boa I grew up with. This is the Big Boa I know. My Big Boa toy never had alternate hands. This was him. This was the Big Boa. Now, the accessory of that Big Boa is a punching bag, like a standing punching bag or a speed bag. But this is the Big Boa that not me, my brother got as a gift from our aunt, if I'm not mistaken, from our aunt, and for his birthday. And I just loved the fact that we could share toys when we were kids. So this is the Big Boa that I know. The helmet, the menacing helmet with the spikes, the spiky chest, the gloved hands, and the blue trousers. And the boots. Can't forget about the boots. I love the fact that it's got a lot of variation in the paint. So let's do a toy review. Out of the box, first impression, looks very minimal, as like all the other G.I. Joes. This one, together with Quick Kick, these martial artists don't have much in terms of weapons. Unlike Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes, where you got guns and you got arrows and bows and arrows, you got swords. These are pretty basic. So, pretty okay. I'd rate it as average. First impression. Price. G.I. Joes are, like I said in the past reviews, G.I. Joes are pretty cool in terms of price. They're not going to break the bank. They're not going to break your budget. If you're a casual collector, you can pretty much pick a few things that you would like and not get the entire collection. But like I said, if you go into the HasLab territory, it's gonna be a big budget. But just the individual figures alone, you're somewhere less than $25, maybe 26, not 30. No. Yeah, you're somewhere around the $30 range, but that's still cheap compared to the other toys. Loyal. I mean, as far as the original material is concerned, you're good. This is close, very close to the original material. I like the fact that it's got the orange in the visor. It adds a little bit more flavor to the look. It's not red, blue, and all of that. It's got the orange that shows that it's a working visor. It's a working helmet. So, finally, shelf appeal. Big Boa is one of the few. Well, he can't be an army builder because he's not a regular trooper. He's a one-off character like Destro or Zartan. So having him in your collection is a must, and having one is enough. So not a big problem. I especially like the look, and I would recommend having him in your collection because he's one of the few Cobras that do not rely on heavy artillery or weaponry to make him look menacing. Like hand-to-hand combat is his speciality, and it looks, he can justify that. The muscle accent on the arms and on the chest really gives you a sense of formidability. Okay, so final rating. Is he not cool? Is he cool? Or is he totally cool? I think he's cool. I would have loved a few more boxing themed accessories, like a heavy bag or a standing speed bag, like the original material. But he's one of a kind. He's one of a kind, and if you're an avid G.I. Joe collector and you don't have him, you're missing out, and your collection is not complete. So his place in GI Joe canon is not as distinct as say Storm Shadow or Zartan, but he is a good he's a good part of your collection because he adds variety to the normal army builders or to the other very less to the other minor characters. So with that, we thank you for watching this episode. We thank you for supporting our channel, and we continue to ask for your support. Please hit like and smash the subscribe button, hit that bell button so you would be notified of future episodes, and then follow us on Facebook and TikTok. We're still trying to build out those two channels up, but you're gonna find more content there in the future. In the meantime, don't forget, guys, toys are not just cool; they're totally cool. So happy collecting! Bye bye.